Is that the art student?
Oh yes, oh, he's a great man. Nothing in the hospital, you know. No! Daddy!
No!
I think creative writing is the key to improving English. I just do. In that way you can let the students own their writing and they will want to make it as good as possible.
Their English conceptual skills and their skills with language have increased massively as a result of doing this project. And I think it's very good now that in schools you can get other subjects, math, English, history, whatever, taught through the medium of theatre because it makes it more interesting.
So I phoned Blackburn Youth Theatre, which is coincidentally run by Pendle Productions, Tim Leeds. So I spoke to Tim and he said, well, send me the stories. So I sent him the stories and he spent the weekend reading them and said, you need to do this professionally.
And even though one of the plays is about the X Factor, the interesting thing is that they were talking to me that they wanted the characters to be much larger than life. They wanted them to be caricatures. And therefore that gives me a great deal of hope in actually perhaps understanding that young people don't just watch vacuous television, but they actually send it up. And maybe we're coming to the end of the reality age of television, where, you know, you end up with people who want to actually watch something that reflects the social conditions and the social life that they live in.
It was also nice to see the stories progress as well with the students. You know, they started with nothing really, just an idea. Some of the ideas weren't even theirs and they expanded on them and grown with them. And that was good to see and interesting.
I think Tim was funny. I enjoyed doing the workshop with him.
Hello guys! See, it's you!
I'm hardly touching it.
Tim got us all working together, how to be in a team and trust each other.
There's a simple thing we do in the theatre industry. It's called trust exercises. And it's about trusting yourself. And through trusting yourself, you learn to trust other people. We're going to play what I would call some fairly dangerous trust exercises.
Favourite parts where we had to fall back and he had to, you know.
Well done.
When I did Shakespeare at school, we sat there and we read a bit of Macbeth, then you passed to the next person, and they read a bit more, and they passed to the next person, and it brought the pants off me and I couldn't stand it. I wanted to get up and do it, or at least have people get up and do it for me, to show me what it meant.
I don't give out empty praise, I'm not complacent or well adjusted. But I can't spend 50 minutes stretching and breathing and getting in touch with myself.
And you, wandering along, eyes looking over us, deciding who's doing what, who's going where, flick of the eyes, he's got a nice jacket, clean trousers, starched handkerchief, O-levels for him.
I drank the aspirin nearly down my throat. I drank so fast and furious out of this bottle. I was nearly sick then. I can't remember. I can't.
It just kept going on.
Harder and more. Every hit felt like a line of fire going through my body.
And the way they treat you, and the way they blame you, and the way they hate you. But they never saw me cry. Not one of them saw me cry.
We were plunged into darkness, prevented from over-familiarity with the characters by the simple fact that we couldn't see them.
Do you think anybody was killed in the explosion?
I don't know, Princess. They'll be in the hospital by now.
3 days to put 4 plays or 4 short plays isn't a very long time, so usually maybe you'd have a 2-week rehearsal period for 1 play. So I think that's been quite an experience. Usually you'd have, you know, you'd break things down a little bit more and you'd have the chance maybe to get more into your character and to play around with different ideas. And I think it's been, you know, a matter of we've really got to get on with it and try and give everything you've got as quickly as possible.
I'm really surprised from the background of animal care. That's absolutely crazy that they've produced this really a really good concrete script that's able to bounce other things off. It's probably not what they'd expected.
I mean, we found them really, really enthusiastic, and I think there's 4 of them that have really got involved in terms of the performance side of things, and they've really committed themselves to the project and just been up for anything really, which is, it's really refreshing to see people have that kind of enthusiasm and energy for something.
So far they've all been really involved. I was really impressed with how much they've sort of contributed to it, and the stories that they've come up with are really, they're really fresh. It would be easy for them to sort of just have, sort of the same stories coming through, but each one is so different and has a really different feel to it.
They all seem really open to what's going on, and I think just kind of talking to them and as an actor asking them, okay, so you've written this play, would you prefer this, or how do you see it?
How this is going for you, this is your play, this is how you envisaged it taking place, are we saying this in the right way? It's having that constant source of potential feedback and wanting to do what they've done justice, because obviously when I first saw the script I thought, well yeah, they're quite interesting, we can do stuff with that, but I never imagined it would end up the way it has ended up.
When I saw Tim change it, it looked really different. It looked better than what we'd wrote because he'd turned ours into a comedy, which made it better.
If you go back and you look at what we've been doing over the last few weeks with this project, this is taking theatre back to how it was in the late 60s and the earlier 70s and the 80s, where there was a gritty realism. And if you look at what came out of the gritty realism in theatre, you ended up with soap operas like EastEnders.
I've never had cameramen follow me, in the rehearsal room. I thought that was quite different, but in a way I really enjoyed it. I felt like I was actually on live, and rehearsing, because I actually felt quite famous in front of them cameras.
Daddy, go and help him!
With that.
Is that him?
Yes.
Is that the Archduke?
Oh yes, he's a great man. He's not going to get you lost until you know. No! Daddy! No! Guess what? We got the money for the ticket. Where from? Early birthday present on Mum.
I thought your birthday was in August, didn't you just get that phone anyway?
She forgot about the phone.
So how much did you get? 85 quid.
I don't know who will look after you, but I hope they're nice and give you all the things that I couldn't.
This was a stupid, stupid mistake. But please believe me, I did it for you. I did it for us.
It's a no from me.
Oh.
And to be honest, I think you need to work on your pitch, Kaya. Alright? And I don't think you should have called Simon, because right now, you really need us.
Well, Kaya, I expect you can probably guess. It's a no from me.
I think it was better what they did. Yeah, because when they were through them, they actually did the voices, because I didn't realise, because like for instance Dean, he actually sounds like Louis when he was actually doing it. He actually sounded like Louis, the way he stuttered and that. I thought it was brilliant.
When I was watching my play, I felt proud.
I'm happy with it because we've all put effort into it, and the final piece was really good, and the old acted really good. And my mum liked it. She said mine was the best.
My favourite part was how the whole production came together. So I've learned that putting the effort in can help improve it, and it works out in the end.
I think the willingness that they've showed, and it's really brave to just get up and do it with people you've never worked with before, doing things they might never have done before themselves, and it's really they should be really proud of themselves. It's really nice to work with people who are just trying so hard. It makes you want to be really good for them.
It was so different because it was young people from college, not even studying English, writing plays, which to me is incredible. It's not an easy thing to do, and so I thought, it's going to be a challenge and something completely different.
I've learned a lot more about directing because I've shadowed a professional director, and that it doesn't have to be perfect on the stage as well. Even if it's a professional one, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good.
It was nice as well to see the confidence in some of the students grow, especially the students that were acting. They went from strength to strength, and they really, really enjoyed it as well.